And that's why time is the most valuable thing that you can spend out here because it's going to show up. It's going to show up in your work, in your relationships, in everything that you go out here in life. Being absent versus being present. It's going to show up. As simple as you working a 40-hour job and you miss 3 days this week. Then you get a 16-hour check. You know the difference in that. And it's the same thing when it goes to your children. You being present in their life versus being absent. When you being there, it's going to be a lot smoother. They're going to be going through hard times. And it's best that they go through it with you being present versus absent. The same thing in your career. You know you got to put in that work. You know this is going to take you years, sometimes maybe even a decade, whatever it might take. But it's going to take you being present and being active in it before you get the credentials, get the money, get the where you need to be out of here. It's going to be a challenge, but you showing up is the thing that's going to matter. And it's as simple as a father being there for his children. It takes a village to raise us. You need your mother. You needed your grandmother, your auntie, the after school program, the why, your mentor. We needed all that growing up because it's proof that supporting people, it goes a long way. Some people got to take the lonely and, the hard way out because why? They didn't have no people show up for them. They grew up in poverty. They grew up in the foster system. They grew up being abused or something of that matter. But when you show up for your people, you gonna see it all in the demeanor. It's gonna change their whole demeanor up when they see you clapping for them at the game. It's gonna see them when you see them liking your video and commenting. You showing up for your people, it's gonna show. It lets them know because support is a form of love. You showing up for people. You being there in your people's life. You being there for your wife. You being there for your husband, your friend, your group, whatever it might be. Your availability, you being there, you being an inspiration for people. You a motivator. When people see you, they get motivated. They see you supporting their business, it want to make them keep going. Your opinion counts. So don't think it matters. Don't think it doesn't matter. Don't think it doesn't matter that you keep showing up for your son. You keep going to your daughter games. You helping your wife and you keep motivating her to keep writing her papers because you eventually want to write books. You the motivator. You inspire them people just by showing up. And I seen this the other week when a friend of ours, she was giving a party, selling her products. She sells beauty products and whatever. This is a seminar for women and a sale for women. And guess what? I showed up just to say hi to her. I showed up just to give a donation and get a little bag, you know what I'm saying, to give it away to somebody, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I showed up for her just to support her. And I could tell she was happy when she seen me. She was very happy when she seen me. You showing up for people, you gonna see it. Because some people don't got no people to root them on when they in the game. This is no difference from you supporting your team. You support them, you got your hat on, you got your cheerleading pom-poms on necessarily. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we need out here for people. You need people rooting you on. You need people seeing you when you quiet and they know that you ain't been on your game. And you need them people to bring you back up because that's a form of support. Support comes in many different forms. You being there in people's life, you being present there, you letting them know you there. Oh, it means a whole lot to them. And I can't stress this out with family, because this is what I see all the time. Family showing up for families, Just went to the homie football game, his son, They got 30, 40 members at this damn game. You know what I mean? Whole family showing up and showing out for nephew. Showing him that they love him. Showing that he got a promising career. And look, we there to salute you. We there to clap for you and be there for you. It's important that you go through these hard times with people. These your people. If this is your friend, you know what I mean? This is your wife. Whoever it is, your children. Support being there, it's going to show up. Because you seen the people who didn't have support. You seen children who didn't have any support and didn't have a strong support system and family growing up. What happened to a lot of them? Victim of crimes, incarcerated, early deaths, negligent shit. You know what I'm saying? It's important that you was there for your son to teach him these rules. Because he going to be going through a hard time. But guess what? You was there to save him from those rough battles. You and your wife was there to save him and raise him up better than the other kid who didn't have no support system with him. And guess what? After you raised them up and you showed them the way, they gonna fly away from home. They gonna leave that bird nest and they gonna be on their own. And guess what? Years later, 10, 20 years later, guess who they gonna retire? You. Guess who they gonna start taking care of? You. Because right back ain't cheating. And they remember all the time that you supported them. They remember all that car that you bought for graduation. They remember the time that you know it was hard and every time look, it was gifts under that Christmas tree, food in that refrigerator. They remember the PlayStation 5s and 4s and 3s and 2s that you bought for them. They gonna make sure you well. You know what I mean? A friend of mine was just telling me that. His daughters and his son. So, man, they gonna keep, they talking about they gonna retire me, L. They gonna retire you, dog. They gonna retire you. Your kid, they all like 17, maybe up to 23, the oldest. And you say, man, they got dreams. Nah, they ain't got dreams. This is reality. They just keep speaking into existence. They appreciate what you did for them, man. They appreciate how you raised them, how you sacrificed your time and your love, and you always supported them. And they just want to pay you back. And they're going to pay you back. You know what I'm saying? That's what that support system do. When you support somebody, they go just return a favor back to you. They gonna make sure that you win. Yeah, they put all that pressure on you growing up when they was babies. And guess what? When they grow up and they start working their careers, that pressure off you, and they gonna support you. They gonna be through with you through thick and thin. They gonna make sure that you ain't gotta go to no old folks home or, be lonely. They gonna be right there by your side. Your son gonna be 30 years old pulling up at their house, coming to watch the game with his pops. Because you remember when his pops was watching the game with him when he was 8, 9 years old out here. Being there, it counts, guys. You showing up to your job every day, you going through the hard times, you being there 7, 8 years, it's going to show. You're going to get promoted in a couple more years. And now you at the top. And then after that, you might take a promotion 6 months later, as I did. Got to 2 promotions in damn near a year after being in the same position for 9 years. You showing up, you being genuine, it's going to show off. You go get your credentials. You go get the fruits of your labor. You go get your money. You go get your time. But that support counts. Always support your people. Always support yourself. Always support your parents. Always support the people that you need to. Because that support is going to show. It's going to show when you see them. It's going to show when they see that you care for them. Because that, like I said, that support is a form of love. We all need some support. If you get that support from your girlfriend, your husband, your wife, whatever you got out here, your friend, your cousin, don't take that for granted. Because some people don't get support. Some people came up with no support, and sometimes that breeds not trusting people, and they had to do stuff alone, and they out here lonely now. Sometimes these people get sad and depressed, and sometimes these people go down a dark road. Because they think nobody's there for them. And then when somebody try to be there for them, they think the support's not genuine. They think somebody's not being real. Because it's kind of sad. These people are not used to people being kind to them. And that's what we come to as a world sometimes. People are not used to kindness out here. Like somebody trying to do something good for you, somebody trying to support you and inspire you. You act like they come with a contract out for you, You act like they got a knife behind their back gonna stab you or something. It's the spirit that these people carry around, though. Sometimes they just fail in the trap, and now they don't know where to go. And I know sometimes people just got to get it by themselves. Sometimes people are strictly independent to the bone. And all they got is God. And God just shipping them on their way. And God, they supporter. And God go take them to a new scenery. And move them out of town. Move them to another place. For they can get a wife. For they can get some real supporters. Some real friends. But I'm just talking to the people who got the support with them now. Keep them supporters with you. To the people who need some support. And the people who got to do it by themselves. Just stay down and just pray to God that you get some companion. Because companionship is necessary. Anybody that watched my videos, anybody that ever commented, hit the thumbs like, I appreciate you. Because you support my page. You making me keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep making videos and keep speaking my truths out here. And that's just what it's going to be. But it's proof that showing up matters. Keep showing up for your people. Because time is the most valuable thing that we got out here. Be consistent with it. That's all I got. Motivation comes in many forms. Lamborghini Lamar.